Get it. Okay. We are suffering.
Heroes.
This is where we're at.
Greetings.
Viper Magi. Shake it.
I need mana. I need mana.
Man.
Yes?
Ugh.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
A PK. Oh shit. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. I figured it out after I said it.
The Order welcomes you.
I didn't read your username and I saw that I was like, oh, I see. Oh man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's the struggle, I imagine. I finally got a 3-socket helm. Oh, right on. Yeah, we broke 100 MF. We're at 122, so I can't. I got to Act 5 this morning, and I'm just doing Andy runs. I do not have the stats of the build for Mephisto right now. I think it was... I don't know why this screen keeps shaking. It was a Nightmare Tal'Toon Terror Zone.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, I'm doing Hell Andy. But yeah, no, it was Tal'Toons last night. I was messing around a little bit. My wife was cooking, and I actually rolled it in the cube. She made gumbo last night. It is fire.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Her and her dad took a cooking class at a little learning thing here in town, and she makes that around.
Not enough mana.
What's that? But I had no idea. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't know if I've had much Brazilian cuisine. And that would be, I know the tiniest bit of Spanish, and I know Spanish pronunciation, but I don't know Portuguese at all. So. Nice. That sounds good, except for I don't like beans. Wish I did. I bet it's delicious if you like beans, though. I don't. I used to think it was a texture thing, but I've tried as an adult to learn to like beans, and I can't do it. I've forced myself to eat them, and it doesn't take. Yep. No, I don't know. I'm not super picky. I eat most things, but I just can't do beans. I do think it's partly a texture thing, but I just don't like the flavor. I haven't found a bean I like.
Greetings.
Yeah, it always sucked when Mom made chili. Chili and cornbread night was not good for me. Or chili day at school, I always had to pick the beans out like a weirdo.
I need mana. Yes.
So what character are you? So you're doing another Grail? What character are you rocking with that? If you told me yesterday, I'm sorry. I played for a long time. Yeah, I would do all like next ladder. I plan on rolling hardcore for sure, but I'm over the ladder this season. I don't want to raise my dex, but that's tempting though. Nah, it doesn't do it good. What character? Heck yeah, man. I look forward to it. It'd be nice to have someone to roll with. Oh, okay, cool. No. I had a friend. We have fallen apart since. We are no longer friends, but I had a guy that I went to school with that we played Lord of Destruction, the original one, like we did when they implemented the Ubers and added the torches and stuff. We were doing that, working on selling them, but we were map hacking and got caught, and our accounts got banned, and I kind of got out of the game. Bad, but I learned my lesson then. Although I feel like people get away with even modding and botting and all that stuff, so, but nah, I play the game straight up anyway. Yeah, we were really stupid about it too, because I figured out, like, you know, I had hammered in with, you know, Enigma and all that stuff, and I was running Nilithak getting D keys, and I'd figured out that it's the same 3 maps. I'm like, oh wow, and I still use the map hack for some stupid reason. Young and stupid. And that was then too. You could trade D keys for like 3 of the other ones. Like if you got lucky, if you waited in the trade rooms long enough. Because, you know, people didn't want to run Millie because of that corpse explosion, but Yeah, he's so easy. Nature's peace ring and he's cake. And shit, well, I mean, if you kill him fast enough too, like he doesn't have time to cast any of his stuff anyway. Like I just teleport right in the middle of him, throw up some hammers, he die, and I just was able to do that so fast, you know, and just trade a D key for 3 other keys, and we were in the torches like crazy. But ooh.
Greetings.
I grind out some Countess runs usually early ladder. Usually find an ist and it bankrolls me a few early items. Yeah, he's definitely the fastest on the upload. Right.
The Order welcomes you. Super scum. Oh man. Yes?
I know with the Chronicle, it tracks what you found. Since I started fresh, I still feel like I need to keep every item just for the spirit of the thing, you know? Like if I get rid of any of them, like do I really have the Grail if I don't have every item and inventory on some character on here? We're gonna have to start making mules. I think we have both
I
of
can't
those
carry
already.
you.
Yep. Just I know I got that somewhere. Right there.
The Order welcomes you.
Got that gamer hoarders trait too. It's weird. Real life, I'll throw. I'm always telling my wife we need to throw crap away, and then video games, I'm like, nah, I gotta keep it. I might use that. Never use it. Like every time I play a Resident Evil game, I get to the final boss, and it's like, just my chest is full of stacks of ammo and grenades and everything, you know what I mean?
Not enough mana.
I don't even like using full rejuvies if I can help it.
Your presence honors me.
Good day.
Nothing good. Mostly low-level uniques and sets. I ended up making a smoke. I think these mage fists are the best things I've found for the Sork anyway. Made a rhyme for some res and some MF. Since I rolled that good spirit, I only have to do a little bit of just one FCR ring. But as far as like, nothing good. Just low level stuff. I got the, yeah, that's not Tals. I wish. Is that, probably that Titans is, did it even roll good? I didn't even look. I found a lidless. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, I just found those two. If you were on here. Not just these mage fists so far. For me. 3 all res charm. Big timing. That's still 12 overall. I hoard these crappy charms early game. Nice. What level are you? I always, if I'm playing single player, even on the ladder, I like to play cozy. I don't do like crazy speedrun stuff. You know, I'm always at least 45 or 50 when I go to Nightmare. I know some people do it super early. $35.
Good day.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Did you find a base already? My strat, which has worked for me in the past, but did not work this playthrough, is I do some grinding, like once I get to the summit, or once I get to Act 5, I'll do
I need mine.
Pendle and Shank, or not Pendle, Eldritch and Shank, looking for runes and bases and stuff. But too bad
I
it's not.
can't carry anymore.
Yeah. Unique ring, you think it's a Soj? Probably, right?
Greetings.
Every ring is a mantle heal. Oh, a door star. Okay. Yeah, Norm, Eldritch, and Shank. I'll put it on the highest player count where it's not super duper slow. And like usually level up to like 40, 35 to 40, and hope to find gear. Like they drop all the runes that you need for insight and spirit, and I usually find. I already have one of those. I don't. Yeah, they'll level you at least to 40. Like I always go Fireball, Meteor, Sork to start with, and Meteor does a really good job clearing those pretty quickly. I end up like once I hit 30, 31, and I'm doing players 8, it goes pretty quick. So I get good experience and quite a few drops, but this time I didn't really find much. Last time I had a full insight and a spirit crystal sword. I think like going into Nightmare was super nice. It worked for me the last time I tried a Grail, but it did not this time. And just anything else I can find, you know, some rare magic boots with MF, like some charms here and there that have random res on them. Like they were pretty stingy this time around, but I've had good luck with them in the past. With the terror zones now, like I'll run Nightmare terror zones on players 8 until like 70, 75. Like I'm pretty stupid, ballsy / stupid when it comes to res in hell. I honestly don't know where all my res is coming from. I did make a smoke and a rhyme. I have an all res Ami on, but as long as they're 30 or above, I don't fret too much about res. I just watch my positioning. With this build, it's super easy to, especially if I can keep my Merc alive and just kind of use him as a meat shield and stand away so I don't get blasted by, you know, elites with cold enchant or whatever. But yeah, this time I had to do countess runs to get runes, but it took me forever to find the basics. Usually I have better luck than yeah, with the terror zones, it's if there was a good nightmare terror zone up, I would go and do
The
it.
order welcomes you.
I looked at the calendar. I don't think there's any that I really want to do. I just Trav in a little over an hour. If I'm still playing around noon when it goes to Durance, I might go run Nightmare Mephisto. Yeah, I could definitely use one of those. That's on my list. I know I rolled a nice spirit, but obviously an Aki would be nice.
Hello.
I'm gonna find one on Hell Andy though, so you know, probably the next couple runs.
Stay a while and listen.
Greetings.
Honestly, I think if I found a decent Viper Magi this early in the run, if I'm going to roll other characters, I'd probably socket it and throw a Topaz in it.
Good day.
Ooh. No faster unlock, though. Don't like being slower, but that's 13 enough. We gotta throw those boots on.
The Order welcomes you. Not here.
I don't know. Where am I going? Probably better than the work's wearing. Oh god, I didn't realize that.
I am overburdened.
Probably throw that in my mark. Oh yeah.
Good day.
Good day.
Oh, well, the wife is doing a litter cleanup with her, return Peace Corps volunteer pals. So, play a little Diablo, but when she gets back, probably hang out with her all weekend since I haven't seen her since she's been working. Nothing big. Hanging out. She'll probably want to play some Stardew today. What about you? Preparing for finals week. Oh, very cool. Hey, I saw the US one last night. So you can have like a big watch party, people over. Oh, very cool. That'll be fun. Yeah, I feel like having it in the States is growing some hype around it a little bit more. Like, it's probably the most popular it's been in the U.S. since it started. well, we'll see.
Hello.
It'd be fun if they... I know they expanded the amount of teams that move on out of the group stages, so... Oh, really? I did not know that. So the best American soccer players aren't from America. That makes sense. Like, I was thinking about that though, because we do have great athletes in America. You know, we just grow up watching football and baseball and basketball, and we look up to those athletes, and you can make ridiculous amounts of money. So our best athletes, you know, they play one of those other sports. That is true. That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, the men's team has never been good. I truly think it's because all of our best athletes play other sports. You know, like other countries, since, you know, soccer is the most popular, the best athletes of other countries play soccer. But America's best athletes, they play football, basketball, baseball. Like, if LeBron James grew up playing soccer instead, I don't know. I mean, I know it's a different skill set, but, like, I know Patrick Mahomes supports soccer. Well, his wife played soccer in college, and I think that they're a pretty big ownership in the women's soccer team or the women's soccer team in Kansas City. It's weird. Kansas City is kind of a soccer town. Yep. And now, you know, I mean, we have got a lot of good ball players here, but baseball.
Hello.
But the MLBs, a lot of non-U.S. citizens. It's cool to, like, all the different pro sports and how we bring people from overseas to play. Well, I mean, even baseball now is getting to be more high scoring, and they're changing the rules to make it be that way, you know. Like, how many soccer games in 0-0? Man, this is America. We have to have excitement. We want football games that are, you know, teams are scoring in the 60s, or basketball games where it's like 150 to 140, you know, action, action, action. We need points, points, points.
Yes.
I think the low scoring stuff even hurts hockey's popularity in the States, which is wild because that sport is so it's like the most physical sport. I think even more than football. Like, where fighting is not only like more or less legal but actively encouraged, you know? I think it'd be more popular here.
Yes? I can't carry anymore.
I don't know what my new district has of everything, but most small schools in Missouri, which not every small school even has football, and a lot of the small schools even now are going to 8-man football, but basketball and baseball usually. I think my new school is big enough that they'll have wrestling too.
The Order welcomes you.
Yeah, sorry, my wife called. Yeah. Uh, I talked to the head high school coach about doing assistant coaching with the middle school and helping out with the high school, but I have not heard back from him in a couple months, so I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know if they found someone else or what happened. Now, so she was in the Peace Corps. She did 2 years teaching English in Albania. And so in the city where we live, there's a returned Peace Corps volunteer group. And they went out and picked up trash this morning. And then she's going to the grocery shopping. I do enjoy coaching, but I wouldn't mind having more time in the fall, switching to middle school, switching districts, you know, coaching English and something. Oh, what do we got here? Gheeds? Oh, this is a Gheeds. It is a Gheeds. Hey, 23 Gheeds. Take that. I do enjoy it, but I wouldn't be sad if I ended up not doing it. Yeah, she works for the city, actually, where we live, but she does a lot of volunteer stuff. That's just who she is. Can I get rid of this 9-lifer? Probably. Yeah, let's do that. How about that Gheeds, though? That's pretty sick. Take that. Coaching football is a lot of fun, but it's tough dealing with parents. People get pretty passionate about football, like we talked about yesterday. Like it's a tough sport. Like kids get hurt, and it takes so much time. Like Friday nights especially, like if we have to travel to a game, like being at school at 7 in the morning, you know, to get ready, be there for your contracted hours, and then games don't start until 7 in the evening, and then
I can't carry anymore.
so it's quite a time commitment. There were Fridays last year where I was putting in like I'd leave at 5 in the morning and I wouldn't get home until like after midnight. It's just rough. Oh, that'd be cool. Not sure. Have you coached before? You coached. Did you tell me that yesterday? I'm sorry, man. I'm so forgetful. Venom grip. I thought you said you coached, right? Yeah. Gotcha. So have you ever coached at the, you know, middle school or high school level before? I get, like, it's fun. Would you be head coach or assistant coach? The extra money is definitely always nice. Never enough, but
I am overburdened.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, the parents are always worse than the players. 100%. Same with like it's, there are problem students, yes, but none of them are as bad as parents are. I mean, I've been yelled at publicly by parents. It is not fun. It just comes with the territory. Yeah, I had a woman.
Greetings.
Like we had a tiny team. Oh, we had to do CPR training. Yes. Yep. Oh, I've never had to. I've never had to do that. Now, I did have a student. I'd have a player at a middle school game who was hurt, but this kid, it was a weird situation because he was always quote unquote hurt. He was kind of not very tough, and so he would cry a lot in practice and act like he was hurt, and he'd be fine. And one game he goes down, so I go out there a little casually, maybe because I didn't really think he's probably that hurt. And so I went out there, and I took him out of the game, and like later he wasn't feeling good. His parents took him to the emergency room, and he had a brain bleed. Actually, like he was like, you know, more than just concussed. He was like, it was kind of scary. And of course they were mad at me because they didn't think that I took him seriously enough, like the way I went out there to see him and everything. But I think they were just being protective of him more than they were mad at me, you know. But I mean, we didn't know it at the time. We had another kid once who he got hit, and it wasn't a very hard hit either. And he just like said he felt like he got the wind knocked out of him. And he just felt like he couldn't breathe right, and like that night he ended up like not being able to breathe, and he had to go to the ER because he had a punctured lung. So they had to like re-inflate it and everything too. So just crazy stuff. That's always football, though. It is. Like I was saying yesterday, if I have kids and they don't want to play football, I won't even be that mad. Like, I don't even know. I'd want them to if they wanted to.
Greetings.
We got our MF at 158. Not terrible. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. But hey, apparently New Hampshire's awesome, so. I'm not a parent, so I don't know exactly, but I know kids adjust. How old is he again? What grade's he in? Yeah, I don't want to be like, well, let me tell you about kids, because I don't have anything I don't know, but... Wouldn't tell you anything you don't already know.
I can't carry anymore.
I think I found that. Oh, I have not. You know, I was telling you yesterday about my hometown and how diverse it is. Like, and I don't know what your experiences are. Obviously, your experiences are your experiences, and I don't want to try and like downgrade that or anything. But like, dude, I know we just met yesterday, but I honestly lean more conservative. My whole family does, and I think it probably varies community by community. In America, obviously, there are people who are, you know, more racist than others, but I think most Americans, even conservatives, are good people who, like, honestly, do not care. Like, like the color of your skin, as long as you're a good person and chill and easy to talk to and fun, like, you know, that's been my American experience. Again, I don't know, like, what you've experienced personally. I'm not trying to say that you haven't experienced that, but, like, if you watch the news or read Facebook, it's the worst ever, you know, but most Americans are good people and just are going to treat you well. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope it goes well for you. Like, obviously it wasn't always that way and there are places still, but man, I was a kid in the 90s in my little small town, so about 2,000 people, and it was all white pretty much. Then that hog processing plant came in town, and we had a pretty large influx of, like, I think I was in, gosh, what grade was I in? Like, I think 5th or 6th grade. And we had, you know, some folks from Mexico move in and some kids in my class, you know, different skin color. Like, it was all white, and now we had some kids with brown skin, and here's, you know, Oliver coming in, and it was different. It took some adjustment for the town, I think, but, like, you know, kids, we were all super friendly, and it just kind of grew over time. It was really cool. I wish my town still did this, but they actually used to have a multicultural festival in this little town. 2,000 people, middle of nowhere, Missouri. Like, the closest place anywhere bigger is like 30 minutes or more. And, like, you know, there's like vendors on the street, like, selling like Puerto Rican food, and there's Mexican food, and then like the Sudanese people have their stuff set up. It's so cool, you know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be tough, I think. But they might surprise you. There will be some, I'm sure. Just because kids are... They don't know, they gotta learn. Right. There were some, like, there were some adults in the town that I think had a difficult time transitioning, but like as a student growing up, as a kid growing up there, and I think my hometown now is like predominantly Hispanic. Like the school is like, the Hispanic numbers are very high. Like, I somewhat like. It was like 5th or 6th grade when they started moving in, and like, well, there's a guy, his name was Oliver. He was the first one, Oliver Oropeza. I'll never forget him. We were actually best friends in middle school, and like, you know, it's weird because like I've heard racist things from like elderly people, like, you know, especially like small conservative community, but like it doesn't really feel like that way anymore. And like my generation, my age, like our generation, you know, it's I think we were like whenever like really racist stuff was starting to tone down in America a bit. But it was definitely, well, it was funny though, like, so Oliver I mean, we all liked Oliver. Everyone got along with him, but we'd like joke around, like like people would call him Taco, and he'd be like, "Okay, hot dog," and we'd all just laugh about it, you know. Like it wasn't anything like mean. It was just people being people, you know. Like, you know, it was different, but we were all accommodating, and it ended up working out. Like when I was younger, I was kind of lost and like failing out of college and stuff, you know, just kind of didn't know what I wanted to do, and I ended up working at that plant. And washing trailers, and I was working with a guy who was from Mexico, like straight up from Mexico. His name was Angel,
Stay a while.
and he didn't speak English really well, but like well enough where like, you know, him and I would talk sometimes, and he would call me cuñado, which means brother-in-law in Spanish. He's like, "Oh, my sister, she's nice, man. You gotta marry her." He's like trying to get her to move to the States, trying to get me to marry his sister. Unfortunately, Oliver died in a motorcycle crash about 20 years ago. So I do not. He dated actually my sister's best friend, like they were together. No, I did not marry her. He was just being me. It's okay. It's, you know, it's how life is. I remember that he was one of the, the first people I had known who died, like before I even lost any grandparents or anyone. It was pretty rough. Oh, really? Yeah, he'd come in every day. "Hey, cuñado, how's it going?" And my sister, she nice, man. Okay, Angel.
The Order welcomes you.
Yeah, man, my hometown there are more like authentic Mexican restaurants in my hometown of 2,000 people than they are like American restaurants. I'm not kidding. I love it. I love going back. There's one place they do cow tongue tacos. Oh, baby, let's go. I love cow tongue. He showed me a picture once. I mean, she was nice, but
Hello.
oh yeah, oh man, he used to. His wife or girlfriend or whoever, man, she used to make tamales, and he would bring those fresh tamales into work. Baby. My wife, no, she is Caucasian.
Good day.
America, third generation on her dad's side anyway. It's pretty interesting. Her grandma was from Poland, and she was in Poland during Nazi occupation there, and like had to stay in the labor camp. So she came to America not speaking a lick of English, not a single bit, and she didn't even know like when her grandpa and her met, and so like on their first date, like they couldn't understand each other. Gosh, we've been married for 2 years, together for like 13 or 14. Don't tell her I don't remember exactly. You know, after 10 plus years, it gets pretty serious, so we thought it was time to to finally get married. Yeah. Well, it was tough. We were long distance for so long. She was in Albania for 2 years in the Peace Corps, and then she was a couple states away getting her master's degree, and then she found a job in the city 2 hours from where I was teaching. So, oh yeah, we're both yeah, Missouri folks. We love it here. She's 1 year and got married. That's the perfect time, I think. Honestly, that's probably the right way to do it. I was not a great person in my 20s. I'll say I was too many wild oats that I felt like I needed to sow.
Good day.
Young and dumb and selfish. And now I'm like, I wish we would have started a family earlier.
Good day.
Yeah, so her and I met in college, but I kind of was coming off of a fresh breakup from a gal I was with for over 3 years, so I wasn't really ready to settle down. I'm happy she put up with me long enough for me to grow up and get serious. 'Cause I couldn't imagine life without her. How long have you and your wife been together? I thought I found it already. Am I not? Nice. So you guys have been together for about as long as my wife and I think. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I love that. Yeah, I am, and I'm not a good Christian. I'd like to be better, but I spent a large chunk of my life as an atheist and kind of born again
Welcomes you.
my early 30s. 16 years. Oh, you're not? I see. Fair enough. We went the opposite direction then, I guess. I lost my faith when I was 11 and refound it when I was like 34. Hey, at least it brought you guys together. I see. Yeah, it was definitely a tough time.
Yes?
I'm sorry to hear that, though. I know religion's a weird thing. I don't know why people aren't supposed to talk about it. Like, it feels like one of the most important things. You know? Sorry to hear that. Faith is such a weird thing. Like,
I am overburdened.
oh, why wasn't that a set? Oh, that would have been so nice. Would have rather that be Tranks. Like, before I found my faith, yeah. I completely understand that. And I'm so entrenched in my old way. Like, I'm a believer, but I don't go to church.
Good day.
It just sort of happened. It was, I felt something. It was strange. So, I was at my wife's girlfriend at the time. I was at her grandmother's funeral and I felt something. The priest, she was talking about how great her grandma was and how she was a saint, and I don't know, I felt a presence, and I just felt right. And man, when I was really studying the Bible, it was weird how life will put you in, like, the right place at the right time. You know, I was working for a company that I did not like that job at all, but it was a pretty good company the way it treated its employees, and I joined. Like, they did book clubs like twice a year, and they would pay for your books.